Arale Norimaki is set to make a return in an upcoming episode of Dragon Ball Super, and many folks have asked, who is Arale and why should we care? Well, in this video, I'll tell you. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, share this video out to the world, and I thank you very much for your support. Before Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama was already one of the most famous manga artists in Japan and was already a multimillionaire because of the success of Dragon Ball's predecessor, which was Dr. Slump. Arale Norimaki is the main character of Dr. Slump. Dr. Slump is a story about a scientist named Senbei Norimaki, also known as Dr. Slump, who is a bit of a genius in the world but also kind of lacks common sense and likes to spend a lot of time making wacky inventions. And of course, his wackiest one would end up being Arale. Arale is essentially Senbei's android, and although she has the appearance of a small girl, she actually is indeed not human. Dr. Slump follows the story of the life of Senbei and Arale and the wacky characters that they meet, Senbei's wacky inventions, and their wacky adventures. Now, when it comes to Dr. Slump and how it relates to Dragon Ball, one must always look at it from a Japanese perspective. Although Dr. Slump was indeed serialized as a manga, and there are actually not one, but two anime adaptations, one in the 80s and one in the 90s, in North America, as well as the majority of the West, we didn't actually get an English dub, with the exception of a very obscure Harmony Gold dub. Funimation has never dubbed the series, and for reasons I'll get into in a later video, may never do it. However, you have to understand that Dr. Slump is incredibly popular in Japan and was the series that pretty much put Toriyama on the map, so to speak. And before Goku became the poster boy for Bird Studios and Toriyama, Arale was there first. Now, unfortunately, because of a lack of licensing in this country, most Dragon Ball fans in the West have no idea about Arale's stories and are most familiar with Arale from her crossover in Dragon Ball during the Red Ribbon Army saga in the General Blue portion. What happens is that General Blue is being chased by Goku and ends up landing in a place called Penguin Village. Penguin Village is the primary locale for Dr. Slump and the home of Arale and Senbei. Arale runs into Goku and General Blue chases as they go hunting for the Dragon Balls, which would lead to a fight between Arale and General Blue, and Arale pretty much kicks his ass. Afterwards, Goku and Blue both departed Penguin Village, and this would be the last time that we would see Arale in Dragon Ball. These events were covered in Dragon Ball manga chapters 80 to 83 and TV episodes 55 through 57. The one thing that Dragon Ball fans need to be made aware of is that the world of Dr. Slump is not the exact same world of Dragon Ball. And if you try to actually make sense of this whole mini arc, it really doesn't make much sense. And you have to remember that the intention of Toriyama at the time was to create a fun little crossover for all the fans of Dr. Slump and a fun little interaction between Arale and Son Goku, Toriyama's old character and Toriyama's new main character. So you really should not take that crossover as being too serious. We never really see Arale again in Dragon Ball, but if you go by the Dr. Slump continuity, Arale would go on to marry Obochaman, and they raised a robot child together many years later. It should also be noted that Arale made a brief cameo in the third Dragon Ball theatrical movie, Mystical Adventure. Throughout the years, a lot of Dragon Ball and Dr. Slump fans have tried to essentially power scale Arale to see where she fits with the Dragon Ball characters. And the reality is that one must always remember that Dr. Slump was a comedy manga, and it's very, very difficult to use Dragon Ball power scaling in Dr. Slump. But if you were to do so, you would understand that Arale is really, really powerful. She can destroy the entire Earth with one punch. She can move planets around with her power. She can travel between Earth and Saturn in just seconds. And in the 1997 anime readaptation of Dr. Slump, there was a filler scene where Arale actually fights Goku in his grade 8 form and grabs him by the tail and throws him around like nothing. So, as a result of all of these incredible feats, a lot of Dragon Ball fans and Dr. Slump fans have actually believed that she may be able to destroy a number of your favorite Dragon Ball villains. So, no matter which way you slice it, even though Dr. Slump's in a different continuity, her feats make her unbelievably powerful. Because this is just a Geekdom Quickie, and it's a shorter video, I'm not going to go into the entire history or story of Dr. Slump. I will actually be doing a video in the future going into explicit detail about the history of Slump, as well as these characters a little bit more. But I do encourage all of you to go ahead and scour the internet and maybe even watch some clips of Slump or read some of the manga if you can get your hands on it and learn a lot more about Arale. I really look forward to seeing what she's going to be doing in Dragon Ball Super, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty damn funny because Toriyama's damn good at writing comedy, and Dr. Slump was a comedy series and his huge hit before Dragon Ball, and I hope this video helped educate you guys or maybe even help you remember about who Arale is and why it's such a big deal for her to come back in Dragon Ball Super, especially in Japan. It's a huge deal there, and of course, Dragon Ball is a Japanese show. That's who they cater to, and that's why she's back. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you down the road.